Welcome to Vulcan 3D Printing, where we do 3D printing projects ranging from movie props, weapon replicas. You think of it, we try to do it. Today I'm going to go over a 3D print that I just finished up doing. Is the Captain Marvel helmet, and kind of the process of how we did it. We took more step-by-step pictures this time, so that maybe you guys can follow along with what our process is, and we're trying to expand on so other people who either have 3D printers or are interested in it at all, or even in the way we just paint and do the other filler stuff, you can kind of see how we do it. So the time lapse for 3D print should get started right about now. Alright, so this is right after we have the prints all finished up. First thing we do is prime them. Now to get the reds looking that deeper red look, we actually started doing is we actually put down that black. A standard gray filler primer to get all of the layer lines out of the prints. Then the next stage after that would be to do a black primer over the top of the gray primer. As you can see in this first photo here, you can see the base part of the helmet is that black color where the hair piece is actually not, it's still the white. We're about to go prime that one next, but we decided to take a photo right before then so we you had an idea of what our steps were. The next photo that's up here is the finished a red color that we used. The red color actually was not the proper red color. It actually had an improper yellow base, what I was told. So that actually makes so that the colors are wrong. It's not as deep of a red or as vibrant of a red. So actually, at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I had to go run out to Walmart, go grab a different set of acrylic paints, and run over and use them. Just so we can get the proper red. But you can see in there we got the fin done. I keep calling it the fin. It looks like a fin to me, but it's the hair piece. And what she did was she actually did a dirty blonde kind of look to it, to made it a lot easier to paint and just kind of get easier to add like the little details of the hair sections and all the little add-ons in the hair. This photo is actually the red right before we actually go out and clear coat it. The reds always look a little different just because when you actually put that clear coat on there, the color just becomes richer and darker. And so that actually kind of gives it the proper color you want. So you always when you print and plan on putting a clear coat on there afterwards, make sure that color is actually the proper color you want, not spray the color you want and then clear coat and then find out, oh shit, it's the wrong color. That is where we added in a lot of the blues. You can see them kind of in the front of the helmet there. And you can see kind of like the finalized finalized hairpiece there. So after this stage, we would actually take it out and we would do a clear coat. What we used was a glossy clear coat on the helmet itself, but on the hairpiece we used a matte color to make the hair not look greasy or kind of just any real problems with it, just make it look like a nice flat standard hair color. Then what finally came off was the helmet itself. It's got a lot of views in here. One of the biggest things was when we're looking around was that the where the blue actually hit. A lot of people had there's little like line pieces in the red. You can kind of see them on the side around the ear. A lot of people painted that blue when we were looking at the photos and we watched the movie. It definitely did not look blue to us, so we made sure that we actually painted it red until like the colors would line up. It would look more proper, and it was just kind of it looked a little bit more correct than doing it the blue way, like a lot of other places were doing it. But yeah, now we can get into the video and finish this up and talk about the final. Alrighty, so here's the finalized Captain Marvel helmet. It's a little larger than we originally expected it to be. Forgot to scale it when I started printing it. So unfortunately, it's either reprint a bunch of sections or just go for it. So I went for it, and it's pretty large, but again, a spectacular paint job. Overall, you can see a lot of the detail in the helmet. We actually did a couple of different things for this print. What we did is we actually used a 3D printing pen to weld all the joints together. This time we're trying to use Velcro, because we actually seamed this thing in half, and so just in case, for whatever reason, if somebody had hair to fit in the top of it, the hair section is removable. So that'll allow, you know, if you have long enough hair, if you have the correct style of hair, to actually be able to put your head in there and actually have a section for hair to come out. But overall, the red's a very deep red. I think it looks fantastic, and I think that it just could have gone a whole lot better. I love it, and I think that it's great to be added in the Marvel collection. So, all right, well that's all I have to say about this helmet. Thank you very much for watching. Please kind of like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Come on, bone it out. Just don't poop it out. It'd be bad for everybody.